All right, we're gonna pop these in the fridge, do a quick fridge tour before I load this baby up, and we hit the road. All right, so let's find a spot for this first, and then I'll show you what I've got going on. All right, so when I pull out the salad, you can see I have the container of strawberries, and this is a container of blackberries. I've got a protein shake that my daughter likes, a couple of treats for her to drink, and then a couple of treats for me to drink. Those are a new seltzer I'll show you later. Some maple syrup, a couple of these yogurts and lemon, some plant butter, some eggs. Whoops, let me not spill them everywhere. Cookie dough, I'm gonna try those on my little griddle, so wish me luck that those work out. That I have some, I think Beyond Burgers for my daughter. And then under that is my leftover taco meat that I'm gonna make into a bowl. The salad on top. So you can see, oh, and I forgot to mention I have a full-size creamer in here for my coffee as well. So definitely fits a lot. We are loaded up, and this was the last thing before we put it in the car and hit the road. Last but not least, I already have my other chili pad wet down and ready to go, but we've got another cooling towel here that's wet, ready for the freezer, and my little jade roller, because I think that'll feel nice when it's hot. Now we're ready to load up and load out. You can see we're a little more loaded up now, but those are going to go on seat hooks and up in the front seat and stowed away safely while we drive, and then all this stuff is stuff that goes in the front seat once we're no longer in it, which is just shower bag, shower shoes, or beach shoes, I guess, my personal bag, some extra food items that we'll be able to pack away once we get to camp, my lap desk, my storage bins, which I have bungeed up, and my little soft hamper full of towels and blankets. The thing missing is my pretty pink fridge. This is literally 30 seconds after the last clip. Florida, am I right? Our way back Monday, if we feel up to it, we'll take a detour, because we'll have to pass right by it. Okay, I made the executive decision not to stop at Buc-ee's, as much as it kills me not to use a Buc-ee's bathroom when I pass one, but it was too crazy for me. I wasn't going to wait in line to go to the bathroom, so we just stopped at a highway rest stop, and we are heading to our first destination before we get to camp. Let's see what that is. Smells. All right, let's see if this is as good as the dairy kind of orange sherbet. Come on, dolphin, you know you want to jump and flip. Well, that one jumped. I wonder if I got it.
Oh, those are farm too.
We are getting ready to drive over the historic Bridge of Lions. Going over the Matanzas River at the moment. I really want to come here during the holidays because it's all lit up. They string the whole bridge with lights and all of downtown. It's supposed to be really gorgeous. So hopefully we'll get to do that this holiday season. Apparently we are not the only ones that decided to arrive right now. The beach must be pretty crowded at the moment. See, the playground is right there and the restroom's right across from it. And this is site 134, which is ours. We've got the power and water over here. And then we've got picnic table, lantern hook, and fire pit. I think I might just use my fire in a tin thing instead though tonight, because I don't think we're going to want to be out here long enough with all these little buggies to enjoy a real fire. Oh, that's the setup for now. I think we're going to get ready to head down to the beach in a little bit. doing a terrible job filming for you all, but I am making Addie's burger right now on my Dash mini griddle. It's looking very good and juicy. I'm getting ready to flip it over for another couple minutes and then I think it'll be good. I had to plate it in a bowl because I don't know where I put my plate. Madam, your burger is served. Alright, I still don't have much of an appetite, so I'm going to get started on Addie's dessert. We're going to see if we can make a couple of these in that. Look at science in action. It's turning into a cookie. We've gotten too antsy and butchered our first cookie, but it's still cookieing, so it'll probably taste good, but I'm going to have to try for a prettier one. Show you our evening setup. We're just finishing up dinner, baking our cookies. Got our mood lighting on. We have not gotten around to converting from couch to bed mode yet, but we do have a bit of a disaster going on, so I'm gonna get that organized and then pull this out. In other news, cookie number 2 is looking much more successful. Alright, we've officially cleaned up and turned in for the night. We've got all of our window covers on. We've got our solar lights out here. We do still have our back hatch open for now so we can chillax for a bit before bed. But the new setup works. I was able to unfold it without having to move any of that stuff out of the way. Don't look at how messy it looks at the moment, please, and thank you. Alright, last night was a bit challenging with the mugginess and the heat and the mosquitoes, but we made do. Now I'm getting ready to make this up and coffee for myself, and I think we're hitting the road. Cheers. And a little Mr. Ballin to get the day started. Hi friends, Heather here. You might be wondering at the change of scenery. As you can see, Terra is back in my garage at home base. I just kind of want to apologize for this video. I know it was all over the place, but I wanted to take a minute and get real and let you know that even though I get comments all the time about how I'm always so positive and I always look at the bright side of things and I always manage to, make the most of things anyway, that is not accurate. Most days I struggle. Most days I'm a mess. Most days I cry. And, camping is kind of like my happy place. Wow. So between me already feeling a little bit like poop when we first started on the trip, since I had spent the preceding day out in the sun more than I should have, even though I was covered and in shade and sunblock, blah, blah, blah. And now with my autoimmune crap and everything going on with me, I do not handle extreme temperatures well. I especially cannot tolerate heat anymore, which has been a bit of a struggle for me since we're in our hottest summer yet. But I just kind of wanted to throw this in here. First of all, to have a closing to the video to kind of wrap it all up, but to show you guys that no, it is not always rainbows and sunshine and that things don't always go perfect. So I'm going to show you what Terra looks like after. My daughter did not have the greatest night's sleep because of the humidity and mugginess outside and, her not being used to car camping yet since this is only her second trip. And so between her not sleeping great and between me already kind of being at my physical maximum before we got here, till we got there and did our stuff, kind of everything just seemed 2 or 3 times harder than it normally does for me. Just a simple task, just, pulling something out of a thing. Everything was kind of an effort and an exertion. And I was really struggling when we were at the beach. I think Addie could tell and was kind of like, all right, let's go back to camp and do dinner. But I mean, it was a struggle just to get dinner down for her. And I ended up only eating a few bites of mine because I just haven't had an appetite this week. So enough rambling, but I just kind of wanted to explain why we were back in different surroundings and that even though we had fun and it was still a great trip and I do still count it a success and Addie had a great time too, things are not going to plan right now. Even when I try to take it easy and try not to take on too much, it's just everything is kind of too hard for me at the moment. So hopefully now that we are officially in July, and my appointment is going to be in a few weeks with Mayo, I'll get some answers and I can start fixing myself so that I can kind of act normally again and start providing the content that I want again too, because I was just so frustrated. I had this whole, we were going to do a campfire, I brought my white sheet and magnets to put on the van, and we were going to try to use my new projector and have a movie night. We brought movies, and it just, you know, it was what it was. We still had a great time. We had a relaxing time at the beach. We enjoyed dinner. We enjoyed spending time together, but it was definitely time to come home early. And this is just part of me learning my limits and, you know, learning that I can't always do what I want to do despite my best efforts in planning. So there we are. But without further ado, if you made it this far, let me show you what a disaster Terra looks like when things aren't always neat and in their place. I wanted to mention my little salt lamps were actually dripping a little bit this morning when I woke up, and I was so nervous because I had heard somebody tell me that theirs started to melt and to be careful. But I think it was because this was the first morning I woke up with condensation inside of the vehicle instead of just on the outside. And I'm guessing that was a combo of the humidity and, you know, double the people sleeping and breathing in here. I also did not crack my second windows a little bit like I normally do, so I think that might be part of the reason. But look at this disaster. We did not fold the bed back up. We just tossed the window covers. You get it. So yeah, the new positioning of the bed worked out great, as you can tell when it's folded down. We had plenty of room to stretch out and we didn't have to move any of the stuff up there. Not that you can differentiate at the moment. But again, just want to show you the reality that sometimes it is not so glamorous and beautiful.